Strohmeyer's Voice. I just wanted to remind you that we have a guest teacher that is teaching us how to write our teaching books this week. And we've been working a lot about thinking about all of the things that we know about a topic and then writing about it. So today, she is going to teach us a new strategy to help us write a little bit more. And remember that after you finish listening to her video, you are going to write for 20 minutes. So let's see what Miss Christie is going to teach us today.
Hey Raiders! I have a silly question for you. Has anyone's hand been hurting when they're writing? If so, it's probably because you're writing so many words down on the page that your hand is getting a little tired. You've been working really hard to add lots of words into your writing, and that's really important. I was also looking at some information books the other day, and it seems like there's a lot of power in the words they write. But there's also power in their pictures. And this isn't something I know a lot about. So I thought that we could maybe investigate this together and think, what do information writers do in their pictures that's special? What do information writers do in their books that is different than storybooks? And we could think about what we see in the books, and we could maybe try it in our own writing too. How does that sound? So writers, I need your help. Get ready to try this with me. We're going to look at Anne Schreiber's book, Sharks, and think, what does she do in her illustrations that is really powerful? We want to try to figure out what she does, why she does it, and how does she do it so we can try it too. So look really closely with me. Let's think, what do we see on this page in the illustrations that feels really important? I see something. Do you see right here what Anne does? She does it a couple of times. She uses arrows. Let's think, why would Anne use arrows? Let's look really closely. Maybe she uses arrows to show you which part she's teaching about. Let's think. Yeah, here she's writing about the tail. Oh, and then she points to the tail. So it makes it really clear. This is the tail. She's showing us exactly where it is. So how she does that is she just draws an arrow to the part that is important that she talks about. It makes me think about when you were younger, you may have used labels in your writing. So not only does Anne just draw arrows, she also writes a label. She writes a little bit about the picture. Or right here it says hammerhead shark. That's a label. Let's think else. What else? Let's keep going. What else does Anne do? Let's see. What's this over here? There's a circle on the bottom. Shark skin feels bumpy and rough. It's hard like sandpaper. It protects sharks and helps them swim faster. And then there's a circle. And if we look really close, it looks bumpy and rough. So let's think. What is that? What could we call it? What does Anne do there? Maybe we could call it a zoom in. It's like she's zooming all the way up to the shark's skin to show us what the shark's skin looks like. So why would we want to make a zoom in? Think with me. How does this help us? Maybe it shows you what part you're teaching about by making sure you can see all of the details. So she makes it really close up because otherwise we may miss it. Can you tell that this is bumpy skin? I can't. The zoom in gives us that extra information. So do you think we could try this in our writing? Do you think we could be the kinds of writers that is also using arrows and labels and maybe even a zoom in? Think about your own writing. Think about if that's possible. So if I was writing about sneakers, here's how I could do it. Maybe I could try to make a zoom in on the sneakers. So I'm writing about how the sneakers need to be tied tight because otherwise your shoes could fall off. So do you see here how I did a zoom in? Here's my sneaker and my arrow, but then I did a zoom in and I zoomed all the way into the laces. And then I wrote tie extra tight. So writers, you could try this too. You could also be writing with arrows or labels or zoom in your writing. So writers, let's add this to our chart. That when you are teaching your readers, you can ask questions that your reader might have, you can write in twin sentences, but you also can add pictures. You can include arrows or captions or zoom-ins to teach your reader. So think about the kind of writing you're making today. Are you going to go back and include pictures into your books you've already made? Or are you starting a new book? Remember, we're trying to teach people about a lot of different things. So we're trying to make lots of books. So maybe today you're starting a new book. And maybe you'll start by drawing some pictures on each page and thinking about the important parts of the pictures, like we did in Sharks. And then maybe you'll go back and you'll include questions that your reader might have. Remember, these are all the things that you know how to do that readers do to teach their readers.